If I were to say one thing that I could say in a very short video that's going to help you get through your day, is just get through your day. Just get through the next 10 minutes. Just get through the next hour. Get through the next moment. Just get through the next moment. As I enter stages of my life that are very peaceful and feel very balanced, even throughout the chaos, being able to see things from a different light and different side, I think back to the times where it wasn't so peaceful and I wasn't able to breathe through the storms. And it's hard to relive those moments. It's hard to put myself back into those moments of pain and anguish, rejection, you name it. I've been through it. And to be able to express those emotions, to say, yes, I understand. Yes, I empathize. And so to find ways to be able to connect and give the tools of how to get through those moments is kind of tricky. And this is one of those tools. Just get past the moment. Just worry about this next moment. If you find your mind ruminating on thoughts of anxiety of a future that you're trying to prevent, you want to plan, prepare, you want to project what your future is going to look like, what next week's going to look like, what the next paycheck's going to look like. And that alone is a sense of worry and a sense of fear. And I know it sounds crazy because we're taught to plan and prepare, but plan and prepare through faith, not through fear, not through the anxiety of my paycheck only has this many hours, my bills are going to add up to this much. This doesn't math. Let's reframe it. Right? It's your paycheck has always been that same amount of hours. And there's always been some bill or some emergency or something to pop up. And you've always been able to handle it. Or maybe you haven't, you've hit rock bottom. But, well, it's baby steps. You work through it and you work through the moment. Because it's taking those baby steps of working through the moment that's going to start the momentum towards the right energy of that stillness will allow goodness to come in and that balance to come in. If you're new here, this channel is Awaken with Deb, and I'm Deborah Kaye. This is where we awaken to the awareness of who we are and our ability to create the world that we live in. So if this sounds like you, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Look, when I said look, that made me think of, I've been doing some rock hounding lately, and if you lick a rock, you can see the molecular structure to tell if it's dinosaur bone or not, which is extremely prevalent in the area that I live in. The nature is amazing because it allows you to question the narrative of history for yourself, especially in the areas I live in, because through the study of meditation, you are taught to observe your own individual truth, right? Everyone has their own individual truth, and nobody can take your truth away from you. However, your truth can change by your choice of truth, because that's what we do here. We awaken to the awareness of who we are. Sometimes the truth that we grew up with, we realize we're just programs and lies. And as we learn to experience the truth of the energy that is the stillness of what your specific soul is, nobody can take that truth away from you. That underlying truth is you. But sometimes that can also grow and shrink. And so you got to actually know who you are. It's a paradox. Everything in this dimension is a paradox. Oh my gosh, it is paradox. So back to the choosing, the truth. As you go into nature, as I go into the nature here, I see the patterns of the land. I see the layout of certain rocks that are in areas that don't necessarily coincide with stories. And some of the stories just sound like they're stories for a child to believe, not stories for us to believe in. This human body is intense technology. Intense technology. We can't duplicate this technology yet. And we're told stories that are estimates, guesstimates, somebody else's story, someone else's belief, someone else's paradigm that they want you to believe. So when you get out into nature, God is able to present you with messages, visions, and ideas that help you along your journey and help you trust in the moment. Trust that the faith is real, and by changing your narrative and understanding your own narrative and not everyone else's narrative, you will reach that state of peace, even through the chaos. The chaos doesn't stop, because that's everything around us. We exist in a world of things. I'm trying to avoid a sneeze right now. It's not about avoiding or controlling what's happening out here. It really is about being able to notice what your reaction to out there is. And through that noticing, through bringing stillness within that presence, the outside does tend to mellow a little bit, but you also gain a different perspective. There is a level of peace that can be obtained through stillness, faith, and presence. I feel like it does absolutely require those things, though. Stillness, faith, and presence. And if you're someone who can't sit still, there are such things as moving meditation. So there's ways, there's methods. There are ways, there are methods. And that's where mentors and guides and finding the people that you resonate with come in handy. Just stay on the path, get through the moment, get through the day, get through the week. Your life can change in a day. In fact, it can only ever change in one day. So as you're thinking about next week, about what's going to happen next week, that's 7 days away, that's 7 days that your life can be changed exponentially. Because everything's always only happening in the now, which is today. So today is that day that your life is changing forever and ever. Today is that day. So get through the moment, make it through to bedtime, and tomorrow wake up as today is the day, because it always is. It will be, and it's the only way it can be. It's kind of it for the message. It's kind of short and sweet. Doing my best to get out as much as I can. Yep. The videos, if you're here, they're meant for you. There's messages in here for them. Make sure to check out the other videos on the channel. Just follow what's called to you, because that's how the resonance works. That's how the messages work. Just follow what's called to you. You don't have to watch a whole video. Just scrub through some. You'll find what's meant for you. In the meantime, this is Awaken with Deb, where we awaken to the awareness of who we are. I'm Deborah Kaye. Have a blessed day.